Visit directalert.ca for details.
This is done 451.
Time for traffic and weather together on the One. Here is Christine Langos. This report is brought to you by AGNBase.com. Still no problems on the major routes around the city. I just had a look at the QEW as you travel through Mississauga, through Oakville and Burlington. Everything is wide open, no troubles, and very lightly traveled at that. If you're traveling on the 404 Don Valley Parkway combination, you won't encounter any delays. The 401 is wide open both ways across the GTA. We still have lanes blocked at the intersection of Kill and Shepherd, and that's for an ongoing collision investigation. Take from storage to sensational with the GTA. Take your basement from storage to sensational with the GTA's most trusted renovation company, AGMBasements.com. They do bathroom renovations too. Your next report is at 5:01, and now with the forecast, meteorologist Carl Lamb.
Thanks, Christine. And temperatures today have been really just kind of stagnant throughout the day. 10 degrees is where we're at right now, and we won't drop all that much thanks to that cloud cover that is trapping a lot of that warmth. We only dropped to 5 tonight. Rain showers after midnight, about 1 to 2 millimeters worth. And then tomorrow, it is a beautiful day once we get rid of the clouds. So it's a gray start, sun in the afternoon, 11 degrees, breezy northwest wind after the cold front moves through, bringing in cooler air behind it, but it taps into high pressure that drives away a lot of the clouds for tomorrow, and then sun and cloud for Monday, 13 degrees, 10 degrees as we head into Tuesday, with a chance for some rain showers on Tuesday evening. And then for Wednesday, 12 degrees with some rain showers throughout the day there. Right now it's 10 at Pearson, 10 at 680 News, and tonight's overnight low, 5 degrees.
Coming up at 5 o'clock, we'll look at Premier Doug Ford's messages today. An emergency alert set this afternoon, asking people to stay home as the number of deaths in Toronto from COVID-19 jumped from 13 to
20 more fucking grades.
680 News Time, stay home.
This extended forecast is brought to you by Bellier Brothers. Bellier Brothers, experts in heating and cooling older Toronto homes since 1908. There's a red Bellier truck in your area ready to serve you. Visit BellierBrothers.com. The Princess Margaret Home Lottery is now 70% sold.
Oh my
Don't
God.
miss the incredible $6.8 million grand prize, a contemporary $1.6 million Upper Beaches grand prize, and a stunning country home in Prince Edward County. Homes, cottages, condos, cars, and more. It's one big prize after another.
Oh yeah, I'm
Now
good. This is good. I'm
70%
good.
sold.
This is
Don't
good.
miss out.
I'll be
Buy
good.
your
I'll be
tickets
fine.
now at
I'll be fine.
PrincessMargaretLotto.com.
Let's get you 20 sewer screens.
You're listening to 680 News. After weeks of watching all games and pining for live sports, well, get ready. There's something to watch tonight, WrestleMania. Don't like wrestling? Too bad. That's all there is. But Simon Bennett tells us COVID-19 has dramatically changed this event too.
Believe it or not, this is still happening. WWE holding a Daniels Super Bowl, WrestleMania, that usually goes in front of massive crowds and was supposed to be in Tampa Bay this weekend. Alas, COVID-19 has left this show with a totally different feel. Kevin Mickey covers WWE for Sportsnet.ca.
There are approximately 0 fans in the building, if you can even call it a building. It is the WWE Training Center. The show must go on, and in this case, 2 shows, 2 nights.
Yeah, no offense, but there's no physical distancing in wrestling. It's impossible. They say every precaution has been taken. It's also pre-recorded and split over 2 nights starting tonight on WWE Network. I'm Simon Bennett.
Concerts, festivals, parades, even just gatherings in the park have all been canceled in this country. Where does that leave Canada Day celebrations?
We may have to wear our red and white with pride while remaining inside. With severe restrictions on public gatherings expected to last months, Canada Day celebrations may be at risk. I've asked Heritage Canada if there have been discussions about canceling the live in-person noon show and other events in Ottawa on July 1st, which usually attract tens of thousands of people. A spokesperson tells me the department is monitoring the situation closely and working on various contingencies for all events, including Canada Day celebrations. They'll be basing their decisions on the advice of public health authorities. The noon show, which features top Canadian artists, has already faced major disruptions, being moved off Parliament Hill to a nearby park thanks to construction, but more changes could be on the way.
Blasting Bryan Adams from my home stereo to prepare for an unusual Canada Day, Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
680 News Time, 455.
Have you heard about direct lending? It's more flexible than bank lending without the bank. With tougher regulations after the financial crisis, traditional banks have cut back on lending to homeowners. With a home equity loan from Capital Direct, the money that you could use is a simple phone call away. Whether it's home renovations, college tuition, or you just want to pay down taxes, Capital Direct can help. Go direct. Call Capital Direct today at 1-800-NEW-CAPITAL to see what's available for you.
I got to see a bunch of the ones I already did, and they pretty much
I'm
stayed
Anthony
clear.
Longo. Our family has been proud to serve Ontarians for over 60 years. And like your family, we're doing our best to stay positive during these challenging times. I'd like to thank all our team members for their continued commitment to serving our community. And I'm grateful to our loyal guests for being patient with us and with each other while we do our best to keep our shelves stocked, our stores clean, and our community safe. And even though we're all trying to keep our distance, I hope this experience will bring us all closer together. Thank you.
680 News Time, 456.
Now, time for your weekend business report. I'm Chris McCusker. RBC is predicting a drop in Canadian home sales this year, along with a slide in prices. It comes because of both the physical distancing restrictions and economic uncertainty caused by coronavirus. The report was written by Robert Hogue, senior economist at RBC.
These are scenarios where in a world of extremely rapid change. So this is how we see things unfolding as we speak right now.
Okay, so a drop of 30%, close to a 20-year low, I guess, in the next couple of months, or
over the next quarter. So that would be over the second quarter of this year. So the period covering April to June.
And that's the springtime when the market is usually pretty busy.
Yes, absolutely. The spring market is poised to be incredibly weak this time around, even though, you got to remember heading into this, the market was pretty strong. And if anything, we started to, in some parts of the country, starting to worry about overheating. In most places, obviously, in markets like in Alberta.
Market cool down, total shutdown.
The market was still pretty soft there.
And you say this downturn, along with the price drop, will be short-lived?
Again, assuming that the pandemic will get under control within the next few months, and then economic activity will start recovering. In many cases, we're going to see economic activity pick up pretty quick. Not everywhere, but in many sectors. So, if that unfolds, by next year, we should be seeing activity starting to return to something that's a little bit more normal, but it's not going to be instantaneous.
Robert Hogue is senior economist at RBC. And at the Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker. At Easy Financial, we understand unexpected situations can cause financial stress. If you're looking for a financial solution you can count on, we want you to know we're here to help. With loans up to $45,000, Easy Financial can help get you the money you need as soon as today. Our commitment to helping everyday Canadians has never been stronger. Apply in minutes at easyfinancial.com or call your local branch. Easy Financial.
Hi, I'm Cherry Tabb, co-founder of the Herzig Eye Institute. We're taking every possible precaution to keep you safe. That's why the Herzig Eye Institute is pausing elective surgery for the time being. However, we remain available online and by phone to keep you fully informed about our refractive cataract and laser vision correction services, and to schedule and reschedule your Herzig appointments. Google high definition vision and sign up for my blog so we can stay connected. Look after yourself. Promise me.
680 News Time, 5 o'clock.
Number one for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News, Toronto.
Here are Cam Doris and Caitlin Lee.
Good afternoon. This is Saturday, the 4th of April.
Here's what's making news this hour.
The Ford government announces further measures to keep Ontarians safe in the wake of hundreds of new COVID-19 cases reported today.
Step back or pay up. More than 150 police officers out in the city this weekend to hand out fines if people are not social distancing.
Trudeau against Trump. Our prime minister now asking the U.S. president to continue allowing the shipment
of N95 masks into Canada. With over 1 million cases and 61,000 deaths, the global fight against COVID-19 ravages on. This as the number of cases in the U.S. surpasses 208.
Kobe Bryant highlights the 2020 Basketball Hall of Fame class, and the OHL welcomes a new wave of talent. Sports at 15.
And coming up in business, a number of Canadians must finally confront digital banking as they're asked to avoid branches during the coronavirus pandemic. We hear from an expert on what banks can learn from the situation.
Sooner or later, you can force anybody to do anything.
Here's Christine Lagos.
This report is brought to you by Rona.
You
Still
have
in great
enough
shape
money?
on the major routes around the GTA. Everything is wide open. I'm having a look right now at the QEW through Mississauga, particularly through here, Ontario. And really, it's just light volume. I've never seen it this light. It's like this every weekend now. It has been for a couple of weekends. East and westbound 401, same thing. Nothing but light volume from what I can see here on the cameras. And the 404 Don Valley Parkway combination running smoothly north and southbound. We had all lanes blocked at the intersection of Keele and Shepherd. That was for a collision investigation. And Wellesley still closed from Queen's Park to Bay for crane hoisting. And Rona, we always strive for your comfort and safety. As most of us spend more time at home, our website remains available 24/7 to deliver anything you may need. Rona.ca. Your next report is at 5:11. And now with the forecast, here is Carl Lamb.
And temperatures tonight only drop down to 5 degrees with the cloudy sky. A little bit of rain is going to work its way in after about midnight, and it's one of those quick, brief lines of showers that's going to move through in about 90 minutes to an hour. So if you are traveling tonight during the overnight, you may run into some rain. Otherwise, it's going to be nice accompaniment to the time that we're sleeping. And then tomorrow, it's a cloudy and gray start, but it's not going to finish that way. 11 degrees is the high temperature tomorrow. Cold front moves through. It's
A lot of houses still have the rain gutters
have blue skies
connected
and
to downspout to the sanitary sewer. If it rains more,
close out the weekend. Right now, 10 degrees at Pearson 10 at 680
floods the
News. And it's over
sanitary
at low
sewer
5
into the
degrees.
storm sewer.
680 News time, 5:02.
It's all shit water and rainwater mixed.
We have an update now on COVID-19 cases in Ontario. We're learning today that nearly half of the new deaths reported were from right here in Toronto.
It comes as the number of people needing to be hospitalized is growing dramatically as well. 680's Michelle Mackey joins us live with more from
I didn't cough the whole time I was out there, I don't think.
Caitlin, the Premier hints today
Maybe
that
once.
the emergency alert we received will not be the last of this
I did not
pandemic.
get
And
it.
if you haven't heard or seen that
I'm still
emergency alert
operating
yet,
independently.
the message is clear.
No, it's not.
Everyone, but essential
Oh,
workers,
yeah.
need to stay home. Only go out if absolutely necessary to pick up groceries, prescriptions, or go to the medical appointments that you have.
Ford also used his daily address to express his disappointment with the Trump administration ordering a stoppage on PPE exports. He says we can manufacture these items here in Ontario once Health Canada
motherfucker.
approves it.
Detroit North, we got factories
these
everywhere.
items here.
Oh, yeah, we got lots of
calls. Like
Jesus, crime and drugs. No,
The
not
announcement
that
comes as
simple.
375 new
Yeah,
cases are
useless.
confirmed in
Yeah, useless.
Ontario,
Can't have it.
down by about 100 from
3
yesterday's
cents.
new case count. 27 more fatalities were also confirmed today, bringing the provincial total just shy of 100. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Mackey.
And Premier Doug Ford also speaking out about a public night that was held at a senior's home. Happened in Niagara last week. Ford was made aware of the situation late last night and says his staff are now investigating.
We have the Minister of Seniors and Disabilities, Mr. Raymond Cho, all over this right now. Most people are using common sense, but folks, come on.
Ford called the decision to hold the event unacceptable. A significant number of deaths from the virus have happened at long-term care homes.
The COVID-19 enforcement team will be out for a weekend blitz, ensuring people
Enforcement
follow
team.
physical distancing bylaws. Edward Parks with Toronto Police says the team, which consists of 160 officers from multiple different units, will be out in full force to crack down on
Multiple
those who choose not to
different
comply.
units. Not multiple.
The important thing is
things.
education about the bylaw and preferred method of enforcement. And if necessary, then officers will be issuing tickets. We're suggesting that everybody please refer to the Toronto Public Health website. That'll give you the ideas of what you can and cannot do.
Tickets are hefty. Any two people who don't live together who fail to keep 2 meters or a hockey stick apart in a park or public square could face a $1,000 fine.
This is 680 News. The 3M dispute front and center at Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's daily briefing. U.S. President Donald Trump has ordered the Minnesota-based manufacturing company to stop shipping surgical masks out of the U.S. to Canada. Trudeau reiterated that his government is trying to convince the Trump administration to reverse course.
We are continuing to engage in constructive discussions with different levels within the administration to highlight that the U.S. will be hurting itself as much as Canada will be hurting if we see an interruption of essential goods and services flow back and forth across the border.
Trudeau adds Canada has leased a warehouse in China to help gather and distribute more personal protective equipment from abroad. A cargo flight carrying 1 million masks expected to arrive in Canada within 48 hours.
Alberta reporting Canada's youngest COVID-19 fatality. 680's Alex Bloomfield has the story.
She was in her 20s, and according to Alberta's chief medical officer, it's not clear if the Edmonton woman had any underlying medical conditions.
This is a tragic reminder that it is not only the elderly or those with underlying conditions who are at risk. The measures we have in place are to protect all of us.
Dr. Dina Henshaw says her case is providing more evidence that those promoting a herd immunity approach to the virus, essentially easing restrictions for young, healthy people in order to let the virus peter out naturally, is too risky.
We don't know who will have a severe case of this disease. Some people who are young and healthy will go on to have severe disease and even die.
Several other people under 50 have died in Canada, most with asthma, including a 34-year-old from High Prairie, Alberta. I'm Alex Bloomfield.
680 News Time, 507. The number of COVID-19 cases has climbed over 1 million worldwide. And in New York, the epicenter of the pandemic in the U.S., the governor is warning the peak of the crisis is yet to come.
In today's COVID-19 briefing, President Donald Trump issued a warning that this week and next will likely be the toughest and most lethal.
This week and next week, then there'll be a lot of death, unfortunately, but a lot less death than if this wasn't done, but there will be death.
There are now over 300,000 cases in the U.S., accounting for more than a quarter of the world's 1.1 million cases. Over 8,000 people have now succumbed to the virus. New York, the epicenter in America's fight, now has over 113,000 confirmed cases of the virus. Deaths in the state have soared by 400% in the past week alone. Governor Andrew Cuomo says he's been strained to find the medical equipment domestically that they need to fight the virus. But he announced today that the Chinese government had donated 1,000 ventilators to the state. The country's COVID-19 fight looks unrecognizable compared to just a month ago. At the start of March, only 70 cases have been confirmed in the U.S. Today, that number has surpassed the 300,000 mark. I'm Mike Black.
680 News Time, 5:08. A cruise ship with 99 Canadians on board has now arrived in Miami. Princess Cruises says guests who are fit to fly will begin disembarking on Sunday. Tomorrow, the ship has 97 Canadian passengers and 2 Canadian crew members. The Pearl Princess departed San Antonio March 5th and is set to end its voyage March 19th in Buenos Aires before the COVID-19 pandemic suspended operations. The ship has been looking for a place to dock since March 13th, but no country had allowed it. Princess Cruises has said a dozen people on board have tested positive for COVID-19, while others are experiencing flu-like symptoms.
It can be tough to keep it together during a pandemic. Phil Martino has some tips for an expert on how to handle working from home.
Dr. Jan Reta,
yeah, that's what I say. Give to whatever agency was there already doing it, because that's what people are going to tell.
To take breaks.
If they ask us where can you get something to do, we're going to tell them the places we already know. Whatever you got, send it there.
That energize you.
That was the Salvation Army.
Listening to music for
you guys don't normally see that. Actually,
it takes doing something that really is meaningful to you. That would be definitely helpful to do periodically across the day.
I don't want fancy, rich, exclusive. I want what every ghetto person gets by default.
So you
That's
do
what I
have
want.
to make sure you recharge.
Basic, same thing everybody else gets.
Coming up, we'll check the price of gas.
680 News Time, 5:09.
Factual information from your trusted source. We're in this together. 680 News.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate online at carsforkids.ca. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll benefit a child and get a maximum tax credit.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Also accepting boats, motorcycles, RVs, and truck donations.
April 24th to 26th. Clean Toronto together. I got a head start on you motherfuckers. I'm taking those 3 days off.
Cents a liter at most
Oh, yeah,
GTA
that's gonna be my
stations.
holiday.
In 60 seconds, traffic and weather together on the ones. 680 News Time, 510.
Earth Day is Wednesday the
It's a
22nd.
challenging time out there, and it's imperative that we keep each other safe. That's why Dodds Garage Doors is changing to suit the times. Stay home and let their trusted staff take you through the showroom virtually. See all their products and ask questions straight from the comfort of your home. Dodds understands that your safety and the safety of the community is paramount.
Dodds.
Community. I'm a member of the community. I have a member ID.
No one.
Good day, passengers. Debo Brown speaking here. I need you to return your seat to the upright position and definitely fasten your seatbelt. Because Manifest is back on City TV. City TV's #1 new drama from last year is back for another thrilling season and a ton of new questions. Who's really behind the disappearance of Flight 828? And whoa, what happened off screen at the end of last season's finale? So many questions, but the captain has informed me I'm out of time. Manifest, Mondays at 10, 9 Central on City TV. Inside 511, time for traffic and weather. Together on once, here's Christine Lango.
And this report is brought to you by 407 ETR. If you're traveling on the 401 across the GTA this hour, you don't have to worry. No problems.
They haven't mentioned those
just when you're
community
driving.
centers being turned
You're
to
going to find
medical
it a great drive
centers
also on
since
the
they said
404
they
John
were going to
Valley
do it. They
Parkway
haven't
combination
mentioned
because of
since.
all of this light volume. And it looks like everyone is keeping the pace properly. Usually everyone is tempted to speed up because there's nobody ahead of you. But it looks like everything is going pretty well today. And no problems on the Gardner Expressway traveling into or out of
You won't end up on
downtown.
the news.
Just keep in mind between York and the Don Valley Parkway, your lanes are reduced to 2 only. That's for long-term construction. We also had lanes blocked at the intersection of Keel and Shepherd for a collision investigation involving a bus, so may take some time before that clears away. North and southbound John from Queen to Stephanie closed because of a broken water main, and Wellesley is closed off from Queens Arc to Bay for crane hoisting.
All these streets got like
407 ETR would like to
personalities.
thank all the healthcare workers and essential services who are working tirelessly for our communities during
Tirelessly,
difficult
they seem
times.
pretty tired.
407ETR.com. Stay safe. Your next report
Stay
is at
safe.
5:21. Now with the forecast, here's Carl Lamb.
So a little more sunshine now here in the downtown core, and it looks like we are seeing some breaks as we look west toward Hamilton and areas like Burlington as well. So a little bit of sunshine as we had hoped, and have been since I've been talking about it since the 12 o'clock hour. We are seeing a little bit of sunshine, and I stress a little bit. Temperatures bump up. Temperatures will dip down to 5
It's
degrees.
gonna be sunny.
Wind showers.
Oh, there's a
This
little
cold
bit of
front
sun.
that is not moisture laden
fuck
at all.
is this
So
even
it's those
possible?
really
Yeah,
small
little
blips of rain where you might get away with just a few drops tonight. Tomorrow, 11 degrees again, and that cold front moves through, and it will be mainly clear for us during the afternoon with lots of sunshine. Tomorrow night, though, dropping down to -1, so a bit on the cool side, but rebounding on Monday to 13 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. Right now, it is 11 degrees at Pearson 10 at 680 News. Tonight's overnight low 5 degrees.
680 News Time, 5:13.
Gone.
The town of Newmarket
Well,
is
he's
preaching
somewhere else.
positivity as part of the campaign to raise community spirit in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. A group of 10 ambassadors has been tasked with using social media to spread positivity, happiness, and humor by sharing stories
Fuck
of the
you.
community's bright side and perseverance. The town has also appointed a chief positivity officer for staffers as they help deliver essential services.
Oh,
Mayor
Mr.
John
Positivity,
Taylor says
eh?
crowdsourcing ideas and
I can find a
crowdsourcing
way to push that person.
positivity. 680 News Time 514.
Better days will take some work, but RAM is more than willing to do our share. We're here for all your essential service needs. We're offering innovative shopping tools at ramtruck.ca and 20% off MSRP on 2019 models for up to $17,100.
Oh, the Enterprise rental has crew cab, 4x4 pickups, cargo vans, SUVs, and minivans all lined up.
Isn't an option.
Gotta move a bunch of people, a bunch of crap.
Hi, I'm Adam, founder
Really,
of
it's a bunch of little
NewBorrow.com,
cars.
and I started our company after I got
They know
fed
this
up with the
neighborhood.
mortgage loan process. Turns out I wasn't
Everybody needs to
alone.
go get it.
Thousands of homeowners wanted help.
They went above and beyond to help me get a line of credit. It was amazing service.
They treated me like a valued client and outperformed anyone I spoke to. Want to lower your mortgage payments and save a little money?
Use your home to get a loan with NewBorrow.
Visit newborrow.com. License 13115.
This is All News Radio, 682.
11 degrees, partly cloudy, the sun shine. Good afternoon from the 680 News Broadcast Center in downtown Toronto. I'm Cam Doritz.
And I'm Caitlin Lee. Here are the top stories this hour.
If it startled you, good. The Premier taking new measures with an emergency
Good
alert
work,
this afternoon to
Brendan.
remind people to stay
And I'm connected.
absolutely
Make sure
necessary. It covers
everything
27 new deaths,
works.
more than half of those in Toronto
I
alone,
custom wired the
and more than
phone jacks,
350
bro.
cases of COVID-19 in the province. In the city, keep your distance or get a fine. Police out in full force this weekend to make sure everyone is doing their part to stop the spread of COVID-19. A ticket could run you up to $1,000 if you're not more than 2 meters apart. And coming up, outdoor sports.
Socially
If the MPs
distance
are trying to
yourself,
find your home,
brethren.
you can now bring them back to some beer stores. 680 News Time 5:15. And time now for 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here's Brent Gunning.
Every Hall of Fame is always special, but this year's Basketball Hall of Fame class is special even by these lofty standards. The 2020 class is highlighted by Kobe
Yeah, it's a
Bryant,
fucking
Tim
bit of a
Duncan,
walk.
Kevin
I don't
Garnett.
have a problem
Those three
taking
men
the walk
combining
to
for
go to that
11
beer
NBA
store.
titles, 10 of those belonging to
I'm
Duncan
carrying all
and
those
Bryant.
cases. Those
Other
are going
inductees
last.
include Tamika Catchings and Rudy Tomjanovich. The
By the time
ceremony
they
is
start
scheduled
accepting
for August
those, maybe
28th.
they'll be accepting
Plenty of
them over.
teenagers
By
with
the
big
time
days
I
today
want to
in
get
the
rid of them,
province.
they'll
Why?
be
Well,
accepting
it's
them
the
on the
OHL
corner.
priority selection draft. Ty Nelson of the Toronto Junior Canadians
You
going
need your
first
bottles
overall
back,
to
you
North
should have
Bay.
fucking opened up the
3
store
other
closest to me.
JTHL players go inside the top
Returns.
7 picks. And Sportsnet has plenty to keep you busy tonight. Right now, you can watch David Price making his Blue Jays debut before a Leafs doubleheader that starts off with Game 2 against the Sens from 2002.
I was
You
just
can
say, what
follow all the
year?
action
He's
on
talking about
Sportsnet
ones in the
along with
past.
Sportsnet
Motherfucker.
now. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
680 News Time 5:17.
In times like these, shouldn't your
Times
money
like
work even
these.
harder for you? We think so. That's why at Duca Credit Union, you get no-fee checking accounts. You also get high interest on deposits and investments and low mortgage rates. Plus, you get to share in the profits. That's the Duca difference. And now we're offering 2.5% interest on your
Maybe
savings until
if
March
I am going
31st,
to do that garbage
2021.
by the payphone,
Find out how at
do it after the
earnmore.duca.com.
coffee shop closes
Do more,
and before it
be
starts
more,
raining.
achieve
Then the
more
rain can
with
rinse
Duca
off
Credit
anything and
Union.
stir up.
Conditions apply.
As an essential
I don't know,
service,
maybe I should take the metal
Roto-Rooter
cans
wants
out
you
of
to
this.
know that
Maybe
they
I should just
remain
leave it. I
ready
don't
to
see the
help
difference
you
in
with
this.
any
As
of
long as
your
they don't put
drain,
more.
plumbing, or disinfection needs.
Well, I don't
Thank you
want
for
it there. I want
understanding
it
as
gone.
they take
Garbage.
preventative measures to ensure everyone's health is a top priority. Contact
I'm not
them
going
at
out there.
rotorooter.com.
At Tim Hortons, we're proud to
Well,
serve
look what I'm
all of
going
our
out there.
communities across
I got the
Canada.
solution right here to
So
me
we've
going
made
out there.
changes to serve you better in times like these.
Brendan, I'll stop you
That's why
from
our
going out there. Take a
drive-thrus are
couple
ready to
hits on
take your
this.
order with minimal contact. Tim Hortons, proudly serving our community.
Don't touch me.
680 News Time 5:18.
BC's medical health officer, Dr. Bonnie Henry, says there is some evidence that COVID-19 seems to behave like other coronaviruses, that it may fade away like the flu when the weather gets warmer. Henry says that would mean it may also come back in the fall.
Yeah.
The caveat to that is when a new virus is introduced into a human population for which we have no immunity, it may not fade away in the ways that we would see once it's been circulating for a while. So we need to watch this very carefully.
There have been 29 new cases in that province since Friday and 3 more deaths. The beer store will start accepting empty bottles again, thank goodness.
Yeah, you can again start bringing your empties back to the beer store starting this coming Monday, the 6th. It'll be though only at a few select beer stores. Last month, the retailer announced it was putting its massive recycling program on hold to protect employees during the coronavirus outbreak. But the beer store now says it can make sure that employees have access to what it says are substantial quantities of personal protective equipment. Stores will limit customers to 1 cart of empties per visit. The chain will also set up some drive-through recycling systems at 7 distribution centers starting this Sunday. All this comes after some of Canada's biggest brewers say they were struggling to find enough bottles to put their suds in. I'm Richard Southern.
680 News Time 519. Data experts are advising Canadians against taking Ontario's dire predictions about COVID-19 deaths too literally.
In presenting the data yesterday,
They always stop warning us and tell us not to take it
said
literally.
staying home could be the difference between 6,000 deaths by April 30th or 1,600 deaths. Pandemic experts, though, are saying such projections are not really meant to predict the future, but rather provide a guide for policymakers and healthcare systems grappling with the growing
What do the
pandemic.
life insurance guys say?
University
They
of
know when
Toronto
everybody's going to die.
epidemiology professor
Ashley Tuitt also says the information should
It's in your
also
file.
assure
It's on the
average
last
citizens
page. The
that
page
their
they're always
individual
looking at, but they
actions
never.
can make a difference.
You're sitting there trying to rename your policy. They flip over, look at the last page, but they never tell you what it says. Sign the second last page or some
6
shit,
News
right?
Time 520.
This is an important message from the City of Toronto. Stay home. During the COVID-19 pandemic, social distancing means staying home. Only go out for absolute essential needs, like food and medicine. We can't emphasize the importance of this enough. Stay 6 feet apart to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Avoid contact with others. Essential and critical services
We've got a
are being
virus that went
maintained.
worldwide
Please
in
do
90
your part.
fucking days.
Learn more at toronto.ca/COVID-19.
At the Monitor, you pay only $9.99 per month to monitor your alarm system. That's right, you're not stuck paying $20 to $30 per month. Whether you're activating your alarm system for the very first time or switching to us from your current provider, switching is easy. Call us today at 1-866-247-4999 or visit themonitoringcenter.com. Call the Monitoring Center today and get our 6-month free sign-up bonus.
That should mean this camera can see in the fucking dark. If it can see those lights off the cell phone, it should be able to see in the dark too. How do I make that work?
6 News Time 521.
How do I enable that feature? It says bright light TM or some shit.
Thank you, Cam. This report is brought to you by the government of Ontario. Right now, I'm just having a look at the 401 across the GTA on our MTO Compass cameras, and I'm not spotting any delays whatsoever east or westbound, no matter if you're traveling through Milton, Mississauga,
192 hours.
or in Scarborough or the Durham region. Everything is up to speed. Same goes for the 404 Don Valley Parkway combination, the 427, 400, they're moving well, and along the south end of the city, trouble-free on the Gardner and on the Lakeshore. The intersection of Keele and Shepherd still blocked all ways for an ongoing collision investigation.
The Keele, Gardner, Lakeshore,
Closed from
Queensway,
Queens Park
right?
to Bay for crane hoisting until Monday morning. Stop the spread. COVID-19 can be deadly. Don't put your family, friends, and neighbors at risk. Stay home. Visit ontario.ca/coronavirus.
Won't answer
Paid
the
for
door
by the
to
government
anybody,
of
not even the
Ontario.
mailman.
Your next report is at 5:31. Now with the forecast, here is Carl Lamb.
Those peaks of sun are just so deceiving. As we take a look outside, we are seeing more clouds to the north. So areas like King City and Richmond Hill, Vaughan, over towards Markham. Yeah,
All
it's
that
still
water
a little
comes
cloudy
downhill,
afternoon,
eh?
And I don't think that we're going to see much in terms of any breaks in the cloud cover tonight. But it looks like in the downtown core it is relatively calm in terms of maybe a few breaks of sun as well. So that's what we're dealing with right now. Down to 5 degrees tonight, a little bit of rain moving through with this cold front. It's not all that impressive. So some areas might just see a tiny bit of rain. Some areas may see a quick downpour. But then as we head into tomorrow, clouds, but then some clearing, some sunshine in the afternoon, a high of 11 degrees, down to -1 tomorrow night, 13 for Monday, sun and cloud. And then for Tuesday, partly sunny, more clouds by the afternoon. We're bringing in some rain on Tuesday night. And then for Wednesday, it's an umbrella day for sure. Rain showers and a high of 13. Right now, it's 10 at Pearson 10 at 680 News. Tonight's overnight low, 5 degrees.
680 News Time 523.
The economic impact of COVID-19 has drastically affected food banks across Canada. Many only have enough food for the next 2 weeks. When you donate to Food Banks Canada, every dollar can be stretched further to help our fellow Canadians, your neighbors who are in need. It's time to step up to the plate and donate. Please give what you can at foodbankscanada.ca.
You're listening to 680 News.
680 News Time 524. Kobe Bryant's named the Basketball Hall of Fame today, less than 10 weeks after his death in a helicopter crash with his daughter. Bryant's widow calling the induction the culmination of his career.
The Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame today naming its newest inductees, led by the late Kobe Bryant, with Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. Bryant's widow, Vanessa, reacting on ESPN.
It's an incredible accomplishment and honor, and we're extremely proud of him. Obviously, we wish that he was here with us to celebrate.
Bryant, Duncan, and Garnett combining for 11 NBA titles and 4 league MVPs. Also making the Hall, coaches Rudy Tomjanovich, Eddie Sutton, Kim Mulkey, and Barbara Stevens, WNBA star Tamika Catchings, and international contributor Patrick Bellman. Joey Waller, ABC News.
This is 680 News. Toronto rapper Drake's found a new creative outlet during the COVID-19 pandemic. He's invented a dance. I've perfected it. It's called the Juicy Slide. Thank goodness it's radio.
I'ma show you how to get it and go right foot up.
Almost so much for that.
gloves and black coverings on his mouth and nose before demonstrating dance.
I'll keep watching.
Keep watching, keep learning, keep practicing. We'll try again next week.
It's
Coming
actually
up,
really easy, guys. It's just me.
coming up in 60 seconds, your weekend business report.
680 News Time, 525.
The Government of Canada and public health experts are taking action to protect Canadians from COVID-19. Protect yourself and others, especially those with medical conditions and older adults. Wash your hands often. Avoid touching your face. Cough or sneeze into your arm and disinfect surfaces. You should also avoid crowded places. Avoid all non-essential travel. And if you're sick, stay home. To learn more, visit canada.ca/coronavirus. A message from the Government of Canada.
We've all heard those home renovation stories. Hi, I'm Jeannie Becker.
No, I haven't. Tell me your story. I must hear your home renovation story.
Easy and affordable. Simply choose from the Smart Reno packages or work with award-winning designers to create a vision that is truly your own. With a guaranteed price and time frame, it's never been easier to transform your home into something you'll fall in love with again. Get your free, no-obligation instant estimate today at georgianreno.com.
680 News Time, 526.
Time now for the 680 News Weekend Business Report.
I'm Carl Garnash. With Canadians being asked to avoid coming to bank branches during the coronavirus pandemic, the time has come for a number of people to give digital banking a try while remaining at home. Holly Pontiso, Vice President of Customer Experience at Scotiabank, says, while more Canadians are banking digitally every year, there is something to be learned from the virus.
I think what this COVID-19 is showing is that we really have to keep pushing the envelope as banks to make it even more accessible from an education standpoint. Now we have to deliver for potentially a different audience that traditionally was going into the branches.
Financial institutions in the country do offer Canadians a number of ways to manage money online, whether it's directly from their site or through an app you can access from your smartphone. Pontiso says everyone wants to make sure that you feel confident during the process.
I think a lot of Canadians worry about things like, oh my gosh, am I going to make a mistake here? What we try to do is to reassure people through things like our security guarantee and through always having, a help button available on all of our websites and apps to ask questions that really helps people feel more comfortable doing something that's new. At first, digital banking may seem a bit daunting, but once you've done it, you'll be really surprised how simple it is and how empowered that you'll feel.
While banking online, though, you have to remain vigilant. Pontiso says it's crucial to keep up to date on the latest scams that people are trying to pull during the pandemic.
Make sure that you don't share your password with anyone. No one would ever email you, call you, or text you asking for account information or your password. So make sure that you're not sharing that through those methods. It's more important than ever during this time.
Holly Pontiso is the Vice President of Customer Experience at Scotiabank. At the Business Center, I'm Carl Garnash.
The Princess Margaret Home Lottery is now 70% sold. Don't miss the incredible $6.8 million grand prize, a contemporary $1.6 million Upper Beaches grand prize, and a stunning country home in Prince Edward County. Homes, cottages, condos, cars, and more. It's one big prize after another. Now 70% sold. Don't miss out. Buy your tickets now at PrincessMargaretLotto.com.
You'll hear it here
First, breaking news when it happens.
on 680 News.
Are you looking for a ministry-inspected online high school where you can earn credits or upgrade your marks? Learn from home with the Ontario Virtual School. The Ontario Virtual School allows you to earn OSSD credits while you learn from home, so you can get your high school diploma. Now is a good time to sign up, set your own schedule, and get 24-hour access to our certified teachers. Some courses can be completed in as little as 4 weeks. Learn more at OntarioVirtualSchool.ca.
Be the first to know. Breaking news as soon as it happens. 680 News.
Time now for the short-term forecast. Cloudy. The next 3 days, that's basically all you need to know. Some rain this evening as well. That should wrap up about 2 in the morning with the sun. It'll return on Monday with a mix of sun and cloud. 680 News Time, 5:30.
Number 1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Here are Cam Dorrit and Caitlin Lee. Good afternoon. It's Saturday, April 4th.
Here's what's making news right now.
From emergency alerts to medical equipment production in Ontario, Premier Doug Ford announcing further measures to keep people safe and slow the spread of COVID-19.
Failing to socially distance could cost you big time. Toronto police will be out issuing fines to anyone who isn't keeping to themselves and helping to keep others safe this weekend.
The U.S. now has over 285,000 cases of COVID-19, accounting for a quarter of the world's 1.1 million cases. Globally,
It was a million when I left the house. Now it's 1.1.
to the virus.
Schools in Ontario will remain closed until at least May 4th. So what do you do with your kids
May
on
the
this
4th.
extended break from the classroom? We get some tips from an expert.
Kobe, KG, and Tim Duncan take center stage with this year's Basketball Hall of Fame class. The 2020 class is unveiled. Sports at 45.
And coming up in business, money managers are finding themselves in uncharted waters around the coronavirus pandemic. And one of them says that
Well, I done
means
this
a
a minute
unique
ago. I
approach
could set the
when
time
talking to
right on the thing.
clients.
But beep, beep, press it right there.
680 News time, 5:31.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here is Christine Langos. Thank you, Caitlin. This report is brought to you by St. Louis Bar and Grill. The major routes around the GTA still all in excellent shape. So I'll get to some in-town problems. We have a report of a collision at Bayview and Lawrence. Emergency crews are arriving on scene. We still have Keel and Shepherd blocked off all directions as for a collision investigation from this morning. Wellesley closed from Queens Park to Bay for crane hoisting, and John Street is closed from Queen to Stephanie, some because of a broken water main. We also have bridge rehabilitation taking place southbound on Renfort, so that's closed from Meteor to Carlingview. St. Louis Bar and Grill thanks you for supporting local businesses, including your local St. Louis restaurant through takeout and delivery. Their deepest gratitude goes to the first responders keeping us all safe.
Let's
Your
find
next
out
report
if
is
this
at
is hot swap.
5:41.
It's
And now with the
unbelievable.
forecast, here is Carl Lamb.
And we have clouds right now, but those are going to stick around for the evening as well. Some rain showers moving in with this cold front, and it is just going to be about 1 to 3 millimeters of rain across the GTA after about midnight.
1 to 3.
And then lasting until about 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow
How do you get
morning.
1 millimeter
And then
of
tomorrow
rain?
it's a cloudy start, but then some really nice sunshine for tomorrow afternoon with clear skies and temperatures getting up to 11 degrees. Should be a really nice way to finish off the weekend. Right now, it's 11 at Pearson 11 at 680 News, and tonight's overnight low 5 degrees.
680 News time, 5:33.
The premier sounded the alarm literally to social distance. An emergency alert sent out this afternoon urging those in Ontario to stay home.
It
Oh,
comes
I
as
did it
Toronto
fast enough. I
crosses
didn't
the
forget the time.
1,000 mark when it comes to confirmed COVID-19 cases. 680's Michelle Mackey joins us live with those details. Michelle.
Premier Ford hints that today's emergency alert will not be the last of this pandemic. And if you haven't heard or seen it yet, the message is clear.
Everyone but essential workers need to stay home. Only go out if absolutely necessary to pick up groceries, prescriptions, or go to the medical appointments that you have.
Ford also used his daily address to express his disappointment with the Trump administration ordering a stoppage on PPE exports from manufacturing company M3. He says we can manufacture these items here in Ontario, but Health Canada has to approve it.
We need these items here. We need these approvals. Like yesterday, we need them.
The announcement comes as 375 new cases are confirmed in Ontario, down by about 100 from yesterday's new case count. 27 more fatalities were also confirmed today, bringing the provincial total just shy of 100. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Mackey.
680 News time, 5:34. Premier Ford also says questions will have to be asked after a seniors home in the Niagara area held a pub night last week during the COVID-19 crisis.
21,000
Most
still
people have been
religious.
using their common
3.5
sense, but
hours of
it's
video.
unacceptable the event happened.
Folks, you can't have pub nights in a seniors building when we're saying we need to put an iron ring around the seniors and long-term care. It just can't happen.
A significant number of deaths from COVID-19 have happened at long-term care homes, including 22 people who died at a facility in Bobcaygeon.
How many people
680
live
News
there?
time, 5:35. The city doing its part to help stop the spread. A COVID-19 enforcement team out all weekend comply with Toronto's new physical distancing laws. Ed Parks with Toronto Police said any two people who don't live together and who fail to keep 2 meters apart in a park or a public square could face a fine of up to $1,000.
What we're telling everybody is to have a better understanding of that, to refer to the Toronto Public Health website and the guidelines pertaining to social distancing on that website.
Police say the goal of the blitz is to educate people about the importance of physical distancing. The enforcement team consists of 160 officers, all from different police units.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says he's imploring U.S. President Donald Trump to allow shipments of N95 masks to continue to Canada. Here's Lori Paris with the Canadian Press.
Trudeau pointed out that Canadian lumber shipments help in the manufacturing of the mask, and also pointed out that Canadian nurses support the American fight against COVID-19 in Detroit.
We are not looking at retaliatory measures or measures that are punitive. We know that it is in both of our interests to continue to work collaboratively and cooperatively to keep our citizens safe. That's very much the tenor of our conversations, and we're going to get there.
Trump invoked the Defense Production Act earlier this week, which allows the U.S. government to keep important supplies like protective equipment from being exported out of the country. From the Canadian Press, I'm Lori Paris.
680 News Time, 5:36. Happening now, U.S. President Donald Trump delivering his daily update to Americans. It comes as New York stands as the epicenter of the COVID-19 outbreak and serving as a humble reminder for the rest of the world. 680's Meg Black has the details.
There are over 1 million cases and 61,000 deaths worldwide due to COVID-19, and over a quarter of those confirmed cases are stateside. The U.S. has surpassed 300,000 cases, and there are now over 8,000 deaths. In his daily briefing, President Donald Trump focused a great deal on reducing the impending fatalities due to the virus.
Every decision that we're making is made to save lives. It's really our sole consideration.
And New York is the epicenter in that fight. There are now over 113,000 confirmed cases. And with that, Governor Andrew Cuomo says they are far from a plateau. But that's a good thing, as they are not yet prepared to accommodate that peak volume.
But there's part of me that says it's good that we're not at the apex, because we're not yet ready for the apex either. We're not yet ready for the high point.
Cuomo says they're now receiving ventilators from China, as acquiring medical equipment domestically has proven to be a great challenge. I'm Meg Black.
680 News Time, 5:37. Schools in Ontario will remain closed until at least May 4th in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. This is health officials continue to urge people to stay home. So what do you do with your kids on this extended break from the classroom?
The message during the COVID-19 pandemic is simple: stay home. But as many Canadians are finding out, it's not so easy to keep kids inside for long periods of time. Dr. Jan Raytav, a psychologist at University Health Network, says it can be a real challenge. So he suggests going for walks or bikes.
And, stay in your fucking house.
As much as possible, taking time to do things with the kids, playing
great
games,
ideas. To stay in
drawing
your fucking
pictures, telling stories. Children are much more happier if they're being attended to.
Dr. Raytav adds, this can be a real opportunity to have quality time together, and if you can, make the most of it. I'm Phil Martino.
Could Canada Day celebrations be the next major events to be canceled? Let's find out.
Canada Day is normally a chance for people to gather and celebrate our country, but this year you may have to do it from the comfort of your couch. With physical distancing measures expected to last months, organizers of the July 1st celebrations in Ottawa tell me they're making contingency plans for the Canada Day events in the capital. A spokesperson with Heritage Canada tells me they're monitoring the coronavirus situation closely and will be basing decisions on the advice of public health authorities. The noon show in the capital generally includes some top Canadian artists and attracts tens of thousands of people. It was already set to be a different celebration, with construction forcing organizers to move the event from Parliament Hill to a nearby park. But given this crisis, there could be some more major changes. Mentally prepping to wear red and white alone, at home? Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
680 News Time, 5:39.
Here's some good news for a change. Pickle Barrel Catering is doing even more to keep the GTA well fed. Introducing real fresh family meals for 4. Get nutritious and definitely delicious meals for 4 delivered right to your door. Stuffed chicken supreme with roasted potatoes and green beans. Slow-cooked beef brisket with garlic mash. Salmon teriyaki with stir-fried veggies and more, all starting at just $49.99. Plus, PickleBarrelCatering.com has free delivery. So stay home, stay safe, and let Pickle Barrel Catering take care of dinner.
This is your breaking news station, 680 News.
Now, the 680 News gas price update and process. The price of gas will go opposite at midnight to 78.9 cents a liter at most GTA stations. A check of traffic and weather in 60 seconds. 680 News time, 5:40.
Northwood Mortgage people work harder to find solutions just for you. One example, Northwood regularly helps families get into new homes after the bank has turned them down. Unlike the big banks, Northwood Mortgage is more flexible. Northwood Mortgage listens and works harder to create a solution that's customized for you. Northwood Mortgage. Visit northwoodmortgage.com.
License 10349.
I'm here with Bill Coy of Coy Brothers, and we're talking about purchasing parts online.
We understand you've put in a hard day's work. One of your pieces of equipment broke and you need a part. And we understand time is money, so our shipping is fast.
It's like ordering takeout, but for your equipment.
Right. Belts, filters, spark plugs.
Oh my!
All the most popular parts when you need them. And when you spend $50 or more on parts, shipping is free.
Put a part in your cart at KoiBros.com.
KOOYPROS.com.
News time, 5:41. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here is Christine Lango. This report is brought to you by CIBC. I'm just having a look at the QEW right now as you make your way through Mississauga, Oakville, and Burlington, just scanning the cameras for anything unusual. The only unusual thing is that there are so few cars out on the roadway. In fact, everywhere I'm checking, just light volume everywhere.
And
That's the Governor
you to
Expressway.
know
I'm
they're
looking
watching.
at the QEW. I'm looking at the Lake Show right now, and again, it's just light volume here. The 404 Don Valley Parkway combination running smoothly north and southbound. On city streets, we had a collision at Bayview and Lawrence, so just expect a slight delay through that area. We had the intersection of Keel and Shepherd blocked off all ways for a collision investigation. We had a bus involved, so that may still take some time. And Wellesley closed from Queens Park to Bay for crane hoisting. Need mortgage advice? Connect with a CIBC mortgage advisor and get it done remotely together. Learn how at CIBC.com/mortgages. Your next report is at 5:51. Now with the forecast, here is Carl Lamb.
And it has been a really cloudy day all across the GTA, and we are seeing some improvements as well. And we will have temperatures only dropping down to 5 degrees tonight, and some rain showers moving in. So those will be about 2 to 2.5 hours worth of rain after about midnight. And then as we head into tomorrow, it is a cloudy start today, but sunshine is back for the afternoon, and it will be really pleasant, 11 degrees, and it will be a little bit breezy, though. We have a northwest wind that brings in some cooler air from up north, and it's high pressure that's in charge for tomorrow and Monday, 13 degrees as we head into the start of the work week. Right now, it's 11 at Pearson, 11 at 680 News. Tonight's overnight low, 5 degrees.
680 News time, 5:43. Shoppers Drug Mart has launched free access to a mental health program to help people cope with the increased stress because of COVID-19. It's been done in partnership with Silver Cloud Health, which has opened a virtual stress management program accessible anywhere from your phone, tablet, or computer. The stress program is available by visiting shoppersdrugmart.ca, and it's free to Canadians until June 15th.
Oh, you're putting a deadline on it,
This is
right?
680 News.
Really?
Why Tyndale?
Tyndale is a university that will inspire and challenge you to think differently, see in new ways, and prepare you for the future.
Classes are taught by professors who are involved in research and passionate about teaching.
You're gonna have the psychiatrist couch right next to the blood pressure.
Professors help you discover your future
At the back,
opportunities,
the pharmacy.
from graduate studies to career paths.
Tyndale is a university that prepares you to follow your dreams, become the person you are meant to be, and live out your faith.
Apply now at Tyndale.ca. That's Tyndale with a Y.ca.
In difficult times like these, we at Mark
Not
Feldstein and
difficult, but
Associates
welcome to my
understand
world.
that businesses and individuals are facing unique challenges. Our office is striving to make your life easier. Tax time is already stressful, and this year in particular, we want to reassure you that we are making every effort to help you. We are fully operational remotely and can handle all of your tax and accounting needs without you leaving your home. Visit markfeldstein.ca or call from your mobile at #tax. That's #TAX.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
It's 11, partly cloudy. Good afternoon from the 680 News Broadcast Center in downtown Toronto. I'm Kate Lovely. Here are the top stories this hour. Did you get that emergency alert pushed out to Ontarians' phones this afternoon? It reminded you to stay home. It comes as the Toronto Police conduct a social distancing blitz, issuing $1,000 fines for offenders. If you can't find a mask and you're not good at selling, don't panic. Canada's top doctor says you don't really need to wear one if you are maintaining a 2-meter distance while in public. Canada's birthday party is coming up, but will anyone be invited? Parliament prepping for a different kind of celebration this year. 680 News Time, 5:45. Now time for 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here is Brent Gunning.
The Naismith Hall of Fame unveiled their 2020 class. 9 people are inducted, including the players going in their first year of eligibility. That's Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, and Kevin Garnett. Also getting inducted is Tamika Catchings. She was a 10-time WNBA All-Star, 4-time Olympic gold medalist, and also served as the WNBA Players Association president. U.S. President Donald Trump had a call with the commissioners of most major sports leagues. He thinks the NFL season should be able to start on time in September. The OHL draft, that is today. Ty Nelson going first overall to North Bay. Nelson, one of 4 GTHL players selected in the first 7 picks. And Sportsnet has plenty of Leafs tonight if you're interested, starting at 7 with Game 2 from the 2002 series between the Leafs and Sens. After that, it's a Leafs Canadiens tilt from 2017. Find them both on Sportsnet and Sportsnet Now. Sports at 15 and 45 pass every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
Everyone can do their part to slow COVID-19. Wash your hands thoroughly and often with soap and water. Practice physical distancing and stay at home if you're sick. If concerned you have symptoms, take Ontario's online self-assessment. The most common symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, cough, and difficulty breathing. And if you've been exposed to COVID-19, have any symptoms, or have traveled outside Canada, you should self-isolate for 14 days. Visit ontario.ca/coronavirus for more information. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Better days are ahead. We are all one Jeep community, and we can help. We're here for all your essential service needs. We're offering innovative shopping tools at Jeep.ca and up to $14,295 in total discounts on select
69.9 at the corner.
You won't make
Yes.
a payment for 120 days. Better days are just down the road. Contact your dealer for details. Jeep, helping you drive forward.
680 News Time, 5:47. Puzzles are flying off the shelves as COVID-19 keeps people at home.
Yeah, apparently no one can get enough of jigsaw puzzles right now. Ravensburger is one of the biggest manufacturers of jigsaw puzzles, and that company says it's seen a 370% increase in sales. Joan Ramsey tracks toy sales for the NPD Group.
What's happened recently, I think it's taken off. I was at Toy Center last month. Ravensburger had a 40,000 piece puzzle.
40,000 pieces?
Most people don't have condos big enough. I think it was 18 feet long by 6 feet wide. They don't sell a lot of those. My understanding is what's doing really well is kind of the 500 to 1,000 piece range, which take quite a bit of time to assemble.
Now, among the 5 biggest puzzles sold in Canada are the Disney Collector's Edition, the Canadian Artist Collection, and the Star Wars series. I'm Richard Southern.
This is 680 News. If you want to help frontline medical workers but aren't sure how, Trillium Health Partners is reminding everyone there are multiple ways to contribute. Carolyn Riseborough, President and CEO of Trillium Health Partners Foundation, says they're asking for personal protective equipment, including masks, hand sanitizer, and isolation gowns.
The other thing we're actually asking the community to consider are just donations to the foundation so that we can actually meet some of the most critical needs for our frontline healthcare workers and in the COVID response.
Another movie has also been pulled from the summer movie lineup. ABC's Jason Nathanson has the details.
The Jordan Peele-produced remake of the 1992 horror classic Candyman won't be appearing as scheduled, joining the long list of films whose releases are being postponed due to the coronavirus shutdown. Originally scheduled to debut June 12th, it now has a new date of September 25th.
All the details
Or rather, other films that have been pushed back include Black Widow, Top Gun Maverick, and Wonder Woman 1984. And as you heard in sports, the Basketball Hall of Fame named its newest inductees, led by 3 stars with 11 NBA titles and 4 league MVPs between them. That includes, of course, Kobe.
Less than 10 weeks after his untimely death, Kobe Bryant named today into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame with Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. On ESPN, Bryant's widow Vanessa reacting.
Every accomplishment that he had as an athlete was a stepping stone to be here. So we're incredibly proud of him.
This year's Hall class includes 2-time NBA champion coach Rudy Tomjanovich, 3-time women's national champion coach Kim Mulkey, 3-time Final Four coach Eddie Sutton, WNBA legend Tamika Catchings. Joey Wallach, ABC News.
680 News Time, 5:50.
Hi, I'm Anthony Longo. Our family has been proud to serve Ontarians for over 60 years. And like your family, we're doing our best to stay positive during these challenging times. I'd like to thank all our team members for their continued commitment to serving our community. And I'm grateful to our loyal guests for being patient with us and with each other while we do our best to keep our shelves stocked, our stores clean, and our community safe. And even though we're all trying to keep our distance, I hope this experience will bring us all closer together. Thank you.
The Princess Margaret Home Lottery is now 70% sold. Don't miss the incredible $6.8 million grand prize, a contemporary $1.6 million Upper Beaches grand prize, and a stunning country home in Prince Edward County. Homes, cottages, condos, cars, and more. It's one big prize after another. Now 70% sold. Don't miss out. Buy your tickets now at PrincessMargaretLotto.com.
680 News Time, 5:51. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones with a look at the roads. Here's Christine Langos.
This report is brought to you by the Government Ontario. Still a very quiet drive on the major routes right now as we head into the evening hours. You're going to find smooth sailing east and westbound on the 401 across the GTA. 404 Don Valley Parkway combination. Never seen it lighter for Saturday. Everything is moving at the limit. No problems along the south end of the city on the Gardner Expressway. The Lakeshore, the QEW is also moving well. We have the intersection of Keele and Shepherd still blocked all ways. It's for an ongoing collision investigation. It's been there for quite a while, but it's involving a bus, so it may take a while for this to clear. Wellesley is closed from Queens Park to Bay for crane hoisting. Stop the spread. COVID-19 can be deadly. The time to act is now. Stay home and save lives. Visit Ontario.ca/coronavirus, paid for by the Government of Ontario. Your next report is at 6:01, and now with the forecast, here is Carl Lamb.
Thanks, Christine. And temperatures tonight dropping down to 5 degrees. That cold front is moving in, and it's moisture starved, so it doesn't have a lot of rain associated with it, but we can pick up about
moisture starved
of rain
Jesus
with that cold
Christ.
front. And then once it moves through, it takes a lot of the clouds with it. We'll start off with clouds tomorrow morning, but sunshine by the afternoon, and a high of 11 degrees. Tomorrow night we drop down to -1, so unusually cold for this time of year, but we rebound to 13 on Monday with sun and cloud, and then for Tuesday, sun to start, but then more clouds by the afternoon. Rain showers move in, 10 degrees for Tuesday, and then for Wednesday, 13, and rain showers break out that umbrella. You're going to need it. Right now it's 11 at Pearson, 11 at 680 News. Tonight's overnight low, 5 degrees.
680 News Time, 5:53.
This extended forecast is brought to you by Bellier Brothers. Bellier Brothers, experts in heating and cooling older Toronto homes since 1908. There's a red Bellier truck in your area ready to serve you. Visit BellierBrothers.com. Every time you spend some cash, you get some cash back with the CIBC Dividend Visa Infinite Card. Every time, with no limit on how much you can earn. You'll even earn on your monthly subscriptions. And when it comes to those necessary purchases like gas and groceries, you get 4% cash back on eligible purchases. 4%. Plus, right now, your first year's annual fee is on us. Don't just spend, earn. The CIBC Dividend Visa Infinite Card. Conditions apply. Learn more at CIBC.com/cashback.
Know the moment it happens.
Subscribe to 680 News breaking news alerts on your mobile.
Powered by the Monitoring Center Home Security.
Visit 680news.com.
680 News Time, 5:54.
A reminder about donating used goods at this time. Diabetes Canada is asking people to stop dropping items off at donation bins and hold on to them until services are back up and running. The group says it's received pictures of donations piled up outside of their bins. Meantime, the Salvation Army, looking to the end of the pandemic, it says it expects donations will be desperately needed after life gets back to normal.
Yeah, when's that?
Mayor Tory says being able to make rent is the biggest concern for small businesses across Toronto. He's asking landlords to meet with tenants to find a way to help businesses make payments at a later date. In March, Ontario banned evictions for residential tenants by canceling all landlord and tenant board hearings. Mayor Tory says the province should ban evictions for small business tenants the same way. In 60 seconds, we'll check in at the Business Center with Chris McCusker, 680 News Time, 5:55.
The TTC bus loop at Eglinton West Station is closing for 5 months starting in late March for Eglinton Crosstown construction. The subway station remains open. Visit ttc.ca for transit changes and the crosstown.ca for project updates. Thank you for your patience.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate online at carsforkids.ca. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll benefit a child and get a maximum tax credit.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Also accepting boats, motorcycles, RVs, and truck donations. The TTC bus loop at Eglinton West Station is closing for 5 months starting in late March.
Hey, dude, Stephen, what are you doing here? I'll make sure they don't rob it. No, what are you doing here? I'm just taking up the garbage.
ttc.ca for transit changes and the crosstown.ca for project updates. Thank you for your patience.
680 News Time, 5:56. Now your weekend business report.
I'm Chris McCusker. One of the common themes the last few weeks with all the portfolio managers I speak to is this. The coronavirus pandemic is nothing like the financial crisis. These are essentially uncharted waters which require a different solution when talking to clients. Sam Saif is the CEO at Purpose Investments.
The difference between this moment and, if I go back to the financial crisis, when people were really worried about their portfolios, their nest eggs. In this one, what we find is people are worried about their health, their families. Are they going to have a job tomorrow?
So you are approaching this differently?
To any advisor, any portfolio manager today, if talking to a customer and you call them in a sort of deaf tone way, which is like, let's talk about rebalancing your portfolio and focusing on just your portfolio value, then you're actually ignoring what the fears that individuals are truly facing today. I mean, just the severity of how quickly this has happened, and of course, the impact. We haven't seen the impact of job losses, economic hit in such a short order that it is impacting pretty much everybody's lives.
Is there any one thing that keeps you up at night?
Well, I mean, there's lots of things that keep me up at night right now, and I'd say the health of my staff, the vice president, of course, and everybody around me is very important. But I'd say the second thing is to ensure that the businesses and the economy that are around us are seeing the fluidity of movement. So, I will say I'm extremely happy with the movement of governments to be reactive in a very short period of time. The question is, announcements to execution is what I care deeply about.
Sam Saif is the CEO at Purpose Investments. And at the Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker.
When you need to know, now.
680news.com.
With the economic impact of COVID-19 deepening, food banks across Canada are concerned about not having enough food to meet the demand, with many reporting only a 2-week supply remaining. That's why Rogers is partnering with Food Banks Canada in this critical time of need by donating 1 million meals for our fellow Canadians. Let's do what we can. It's time to step up to the plate and donate at foodbankscanada.ca. Together, we can make more possible.
Put us on and find out what to wear. The best weather reports in the city every 10 minutes on 680 News.
Hi, I'm Cherry Tabb, co-founder of the Herzig Eye Institute. In support of public health efforts, we have put a pause on elective surgery at our Toronto and Ottawa locations. I and my Herzig Eye Institute staff remain available to you online and by phone to schedule future appointments and to help you stay up to date and safe. Your health is what matters most to us. Google high definition vision and sign up for my blog so we can stay connected. Look after yourself. Promise me.
Weather forecast you can bank on, because if we're off by more than 3 degrees,
You can win our growing cash jackpot. The 680 News Weather Guarantee. Enter online at 680news.com.
checking some regional conditions in Oakville, 12 degrees, mostly cloudy. It's also cloudy in Milton and 13. Brampton, 11 degrees and partly cloudy. In downtown Toronto, 10 degrees, some clouds in the sky. It's also overcast at Pearson and 11. The News Watch never stops. 680 News is CFTR AM Toronto. On behalf of myself and my co-anchor Cam Doran, have a great evening. 680 News Time, 6 o'clock.
Number one for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News, Toronto.
Good evening. This is Saturday, April the 4th. I'm Eden Debella.
And I'm Tim Chapman. Here's what's making news this hour.
From emergency alerts to medical equipment production in Ontario, Premier Doug Ford announcing further measures to keep people safe and slow the spread of COVID-19. The city's COVID-19 team will be out in full force this weekend to enforce new social distancing bylaws.
Enhanced measures are being put in place after a worrying rise of cases at long-term care homes in the province.
COVID-19 continues its relentless spread as the number of cases surpasses 1 million worldwide, and the U.S. reaches a bleak milestone as over 300,000 Americans contract the virus.
The Basketball Hall of Fame unveils its 2020 class, while the NBA may have a competition in the works. Sports at 15.
And coming up in business, the federal government has rolled out support for business operators to keep employees on the payroll. We'll hear from the minister in charge amid the criticism that the money isn't coming fast enough.
680 News Time, 6:01.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Good evening, Carly Donahue.
Hey, good evening, Eden and Tim. This report is brought to you by Trillium Health Partners Foundation. It is a good drive out there on the major routes. The roads are pretty much bare. We don't have a lot of volume going on. There's no delays in the GTA. You are in for a nice ride. We're just between the lines on our city streets is where we're kind of seeing the action right now. North and southbound Keele at Shepherd, all lanes are blocked, and that's due to a collision investigation. And then southbound Renforth from Meteor to Carlingview is closed for a bridge rehabilitation. Then we've got north and southbound John from Queen to Stephanie closed down for a broken water main. And east and westbound Wellesley from Queen's Park to Bay is closed for a crane hoisting. Other than that, you're in for a decent drive. And if you see something we're missing, give us a hands-free call at star 680. Help Trillium Health Partners respond to COVID-19 by donating personal protective equipment. Their frontline staff are fighting for your lives. They need you to join the fight. Find out how at trilliumgiving.ca/PPE. Your next report's at 6:11 with the forecast. Here's Carl Lamb.
It's cloudy across the GTA tonight. Rain showers very late this evening into the overnight, and we'll head down to 5 degrees. Tomorrow, it's a cloudy start, but decreasing clouds throughout the day, leading to a beautiful afternoon with mostly sunny conditions. It will be a bit breezy, though. Northwest winds between 20 to 30 kilometers per hour. Tomorrow's high, 11 degrees. Tonight's overnight low, 5 degrees.
Right now, downtown Toronto, 10 degrees and partly cloudy. Over at Pearson Airport, similar conditions, and 11. 680 News Time, 6:02.
Today marked the second COVID-19 emergency alert issued to the province, and Premier Doug Ford says it won't be the last.
He also used his daily address to provide an update on the need for critical medical supplies. 680's Michelle Mackey reports.
Premier Doug Ford says the message behind Ontario's second COVID-19 emergency alert is clear.
Stop the spread. COVID-19 can be deadly. The time to act is now.
Ford also used his daily address to update Ontarians on the need for medical supplies. This after the Trump administration ordered U.S. manufacturer M3 to stop the export of personal protective equipment to countries like Canada.
You know, we have to get more supplies. We're relying on the federal government to get supplies flown in from around the world.
The announcement comes as more than 350 new cases of COVID-19 are confirmed in Ontario, bringing the provincial total past 3,600. I'm Michelle Mackey. This is 680 News at 6:04. The City of Toronto says the COVID-19 enforcement team will be out across the city this weekend, educating the public and enforcing compliance with the new bylaw. Any two people not living together who fail to keep 2 meters apart in a park or public square are subject to a $1,000 fine.
Edward Parks with Toronto Police says the enforcement team is made up of multiple officials.
Well, the enforcement team is 160 officers, primary response units, community response units, neighborhood officers, mounted units, and marine unit. And we're also having additional parking enforcement officers dedicated to patrolling identified locations for noncompliance and target enforcement.
Parks adds that the main point of the blitz is to educate and remind people about the importance of physical distancing.
680 News Time, 6:04. Premier Ford says questions will have to be asked after a seniors' home in the Niagara area held a pub night. Ford said most people have been using their common sense during the COVID-19 crisis, but that it's unacceptable for last week's event to have happened.
Folks, you can't have pub nights in a seniors building when we're saying we need to put an iron ring around the seniors and long-term care. It just can't happen.
A significant number of COVID-19 deaths have happened at long-term care homes.
2 more residents of a seniors' home in Bob Cajun have died as a result of COVID-19, bringing the death toll for the residents up to 22. An administrator at Pinecrest Nursing Home confirmed the news this morning, just a day after 4 other residents died from the virus. According to data provided by Ontario public health officials, there have been 32 outbreaks at long-term care residences since the pandemic began. Ontario Associate Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Barbara Yaffe, says there have been 54 deaths related to those outbreaks. As a result, the province has implemented enhanced measures at long-term care homes in recent weeks, including restricting visitors and boosting funding for additional testing and cleaning.
680 News Time, 6:06. A well-known beer maker wants to help restaurants that are struggling during the COVID-19 pandemic. Stella Artois has launched the Rally for Restaurants gift card program, a campaign it says will provide local establishments with immediate financial relief. Restaurants, pubs, and bars across Canada can register online to be part of the program. Customers can then buy a gift card to use and participate in eateries for takeout or whenever the establishment fully reopens. The global initiative is rolling out in 10 different countries around the world, including over 200 restaurants and bars across Canada.
This is 680 News at 6:06. Canada's Chief Public Health Officer continues to push the social distancing message. But Dr. Theresa Tam says that doesn't mean you should be cutting off all communication with your social circle.
It is important to remember that while we are keeping physically apart, we are all joined as Canadians in a vital collective effort to preserve health and save lives across our country. So please continue to reach out and find ways to connect and to support others who may be having a particularly difficult time.
She says she's heartened to hear the many stories about how people are staying connected virtually.
680 News Time, 6:07. U.S. President Donald Trump issuing a warning that there will be a lot of deaths from COVID-19 next week, saying his administration is working to get New York what it needs as it prepares for an influx of cases. 680's Meg Black has the latest.
In today's COVID-19 briefing, President Donald Trump issued a warning that this week and next will likely be the toughest and most lethal.
This week and next week, then there'll be a lot of death, unfortunately, but a lot less death than if this wasn't done, but there will be death.
There are now over 300,000 cases in the U.S., accounting for more than a quarter of the world's 1.1 million cases. Over 8,000 people have now succumbed to the virus. New York, the epicenter in America's fight, now has over 113,000 confirmed cases of the virus. Deaths in the state have soared by 400% in the past week alone. Governor Andrew Cuomo says he's been strained to find the medical equipment domestically that they need to fight the virus. But he announced today that the Chinese government had donated 1,000 ventilators to the state. The country's COVID-19 fight looks unrecognizable compared to just a month ago. At the start of March, only 70 cases have been confirmed in the U.S. Today, that number has surpassed the 300,000 mark. I'm Mike Black.
680 News Time, 6:08. The province's police watchdog is investigating after 2 people were injured in a multi-vehicle collision in North York. Emergency crews were called to the area of Keele Street and Shepherd Avenue at around 10 this morning following a crash involving a TTC bus and a vehicle. Paramedics say 2 people, a man and a woman, were taken to a trauma center with non-life-threatening injuries. A TTC spokesperson says there were no injuries to the driver or passengers.
680 News Time, 6:08. The first weekend of April would usually be one of the busiest weekends of the year, but alas, the sports shutdown continues. If you need your fix, 680 Simon Bennett has some options for you.
The fun starts at 4 p.m. with Blue Jays Rewind. Remember this from almost 5 years ago?
David Price takes the mound for his first start in the Blue Jays uniform.
Foreman is a supercharged atmosphere. The run to the playoffs really began in earnest that day. Then at 7 on Sportsnet Ontario switched to the Leafs against the Sens in the 2002 playoffs. One more try, It's game 2 of that series, followed later by a more recent classic. Leafs have from October 2017. Tons of classics this weekend and beyond to fill the gap before sports returns eventually. I'm Simon Bennett.
Still to come on 680 News, the gas price update followed by traffic and weather together on the ones. 680 News Time, 6:09.
This is 680 News. Hi, I'm Tom Rokicki of Inline Fiberglass Windows. You're probably already aware of the benefits in selecting our fiberglass windows: beauty, performance, and durability. But did you know that our fiberglass windows were carefully selected by building professionals for the Greenpeace National Headquarters, Canada's Greenest Home, and CMHC's Healthy House? It's no coincidence that vinyl, wood, or aluminum windows were not selected for these projects. Visit us at our Factory Direct showroom or at inlinefiberglass.com.
Now the 680 News gas price update. Ambrose says the price of gas will go up by 1 cent at midnight to 78.9 cents a litre at most GTA stations. Traffic and weather together next. 680 News Time, 6:10.
At Easy Financial, we understand unexpected situations can cause financial stress. If you're looking for a financial solution you can count on, we want you to know we're here to help. With loans up to $45,000, Easy Financial can help get you the money you need as soon as today. Our commitment to helping everyday Canadians has never been stronger. Apply in minutes at easyfinancial.com or call your local branch. Easy Financial.
Ontario's doctors are urging you to practice physical distancing to slow the spread of coronavirus. Stay home, avoid gatherings, stay away from those who don't live with you, and distance yourself from anyone sick in your household. Maintain physical distance, but continue to provide emotional support to your loved ones. If you've recently traveled, self-isolate for 14 days. Stay home, keep your distance. For more information, visit virusfacts.ca. This message is brought to you by the Ontario Medical Association. 680 News Time, 6:11. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Colleen Donahue.
This report's brought to you by Queensway Hyundai. Just looking at the cameras right now on the DVP, the Gardner, it's all looking good. We don't really have any volume on those routes right now. Same with the QEW and all the major 400 series highways. They're all moving up to speed. Not a single delay as far as the eye can see in the GTA right now. So that's some good news for you if you're out and about. Bad news for me back here. I have nothing to talk about. But between our city streets here, we do have a few things happening. So north and southbound Keele at Shepherd is blocked right now due to a collision investigation. Southbound Renforth from Meteor to Carlingview is closed down for some bridge rehabilitation. Then we have north and southbound John from Queen to Stephanie closed, and east and westbound Wellesley from Queens Park to Bay shut down due to a crane hoisting. Buy with confidence at Queensway Hyundai, now offering purchase from home solutions, 6-month payment deferrals, and concierge services. Here to serve the community, visit queenswayhyundai.ca. Your next report's at 6:21 with the forecast. Here is Carl Lamb.
Cloudy tonight as a cold front approaches the area. That will spark off a few isolated rain showers late this evening into the overnight hours, dropping down to 5 degrees. Tomorrow, 11's the high. Cloudy to start the day, but we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day, leading to a brilliant afternoon. Northwest winds still kicking up to about 20, possibly 30 kilometers per hour. Tomorrow night, we drop down to -1. For Monday, sun and cloud and a high of 13. Tonight's overnight low, 5 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, partly cloudy, 10 degrees, and at Pearson Airport, similar conditions, and 11. Still to come on 680 News, after spending weeks on the water, more stranded cruise ship passengers will finally be able to return home. 680 News Time, 6:13.
When you need to know, now.
680news.com.
You've suffered from anxiety and depression during this pandemic, and now your claim for disability is denied. My name is Aaron Waxman, and during this pandemic, we are open and working for our clients from our homes. If your disability claim is denied for any reason, call me at 416-661-4878 or pound LTD on your cell phone. And before you call, you should always remember that there are no bad questions. 416-661-4878 or pound LTD.
Does your credit card debt keep you up at night? I know mine did. Hi, I'm Adam, and 6 years ago, I was no different, so I started New Borrow. Our proven step-by-step system helps homeowners eliminate debt and save thousands, like Tina.
Now I sleep at night, my debts are paid off, and I only make one monthly payment.
Read hundreds of other 5-star Google reviews and apply today to start saving.
Use your home to get a loan with New Borrow.
Visit newborrow.com. License 13115.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
Partly cloudy and 10 degrees in downtown Toronto. Good evening. From the 680 News Broadcast Center, I'm Ethan Tabata. Here are the top stories this hour. Premier Doug Ford is warning that today's COVID-19 emergency alert won't be the last as the province reports another 375 cases of the virus. And the city's COVID-19 team will be out in full force this weekend to enforce social distancing regulations. And coming up after sports, we'll have details on the basketball legend inducted into the Hall of Fame today. 680 News Time, 6:15. Now 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here's Brent Gunning.
This year's Basketball Hall of Fame class is star-studded. Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Eddie Sutton, Rudy Tomjanovich, Tamika Catchings, Kim Mulkey, Barbara Stevens, and Patrick Baumann all get the call to the Hall. The NBA may have something in store before games can begin. Adrian Wojnarowski reporting that the league is looking into a horse-style competition where players would shoot on courts by themselves and match shots over some form of video connection. Details are still being hammered out. The Marlies signed a pair of players to AHL contracts. Noel Hoffenmeyer and Jeremy McKenna each get 2-year AHL deals. Both of them played in the CHL last season. Hoffenmeyer was with Ottawa, while McKenna played for Moncton. The OHL has their priority selection draft today. Ty Nelson of the Toronto Junior Canadiens goes first overall to North Bay. And U.S. President Donald Trump tells commissioners of major sports leagues he thinks the NFL season should start on time in September. He adds that he hopes to have fans back in stadiums by August. There has been no proof on whether or not that is feasible. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
680 News Time, 6:16.
While you are hopefully staying safe and healthy, many of you are probably at home. Maybe use the time to spring clean, like an old car taking up space in your garage. When you donate your car to Cars for Kids, that old car lives on by giving kids a chance to succeed. You can donate online in the comfort of your home, and the pickup can be contact-free. You'll receive a tax credit. See for yourself how simple it is. Go to carsforkids.ca or call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS now to donate. Remember, that's cars with a K.
Put us on and find out what to wear. The best weather reports in the city every 10 minutes on 680 News.
The Government of Canada and public health experts are taking action to protect Canadians from COVID-19. Protect yourself and others, especially those with medical conditions and older adults. Wash your hands often. Avoid touching your face. Cough or sneeze into your arm and disinfect surfaces. You should also avoid crowded places. Avoid all non-essential travel. And if you're sick, stay home. To learn more, call 1-833-784-4397. A message from the Government of Canada.
You're listening to All News Radio 680 News. 99 Canadians on board another cruise ship carrying several positive COVID-19 cases will soon have their feet on dry land. The Coral Princess will be stopping in Miami today after looking for a place to dock since March 13th. Princess Cruises says 12 people have tested positive for COVID-19 on board, and there have been 2 fatalities, and others on board are also experiencing flu-like symptoms. Cruise Line says those fit to fly will begin leaving on Sunday. And the pandemic has shut down an array of comments made by the Liberals in the last election, at least for now.
The Trudeau government had planned to bring in new gun control measures, assisted dying legislation, and a further reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. All of those measures are taking a back seat, at least for now, to the all-consuming fight to help people weather COVID-19. Even the federal budget is delayed indefinitely as the virus takes up most of the government's time and resources. On gun control, at least, a spokeswoman for Public Safety Minister Bill Blair says the Liberals are determined to strengthen firearms control in Canada in due time. Terry Pepperell, The Canadian Press, Ottawa.
This is 680 News at 6:18. Kobe Bryant was named to the Basketball Hall of Fame today, less than 10 weeks after his untimely death in a helicopter crash with his daughter. Bryant's widow now calling the induction to the culmination of his career.
The Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame today naming its newest inductees, led by the late Kobe Bryant, was Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. Bryant's widow, Vanessa, reacting on ESPN.
It's an incredible accomplishment and honor, and we're extremely proud of him. Obviously, we wish that he was here with us to celebrate.
Bryant, Duncan, and Garnett combining for 11 NBA titles and 4 league MVPs. Also making the Hall, coaches Rudy Tomjanovich, Eddie Sutton, Kim Mulkey, and Barbara Stevens, WNBA star Tamika Catchings, and international contributor Patrick Bellman. Joey Waller, ABC News.
680 News Time, 6:19. A recent poll finds that 3/4 of Canadians are voluntarily self-isolating at home due to the pandemic, and close to 100% of those surveyed believe physical distancing can slow the rate of infection. A Canadian research study polled over 2,500 Canadians. Only 6% say they're not self-isolating because they don't believe it'll help the situation. Coming up, our traffic report and extended weather forecast together on the ones. 680 News Time, 6:20.
Better days will take some work, but Ram is more than willing to do our share. We're here for all your essential service needs. We're offering innovative shopping tools at ramtruck.ca and 20% off MSRP on 2019 models for up to $17,150 in total discounts. Plus, you won't make a payment for 120 days. Because for us, reverse isn't an option. Contact your dealer for details. Ram, helping you drive forward.
Alpine Credits.
My partner and I want to reduce our stress, so we're doing lots of yoga, and we'd like to consolidate our debt.
Do you own your home?
Yes.
Approve.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved so you can reduce your monthly bills and put your chakras in balance. Alpine Credits. Some conditions apply. This were licensed 12616.
680 News Time, 6:21. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carlene Donahue.
This report is brought to you by MyMuskokaCottages.com. Well, it is a good drive out there on the major routes. We're not really seeing anything that's going to stop you or cause problems for you on the roadways. The Gardner QEW combo moving fine. Same with the 404 DVP. Getting in and out of Toronto right now is a breeze, but essential travel only, people. If you don't need to be out on the roads, don't go out. What we do have on our page here is just on our city streets. So north and southbound Keele at Shepherd is blocked down due to a collision. Then we have southbound Renforth from Meteor to Carlingview closed for a bridge rehabilitation. North and southbound John from Queen to Stephanie is closed for a broken water main. And then Wellesley, both directions closed from Queen's Park to Bay for a crane hoisting. Muskoka realtor Bob Clark is unveiling $60 million worth of luxury lakefront cottages this spring. For galleries and virtual tours, visit MyMuskokaCottages.com. Your next report's at 6:31 with the forecast. Here's Carl Lamb.
5 degrees tonight is the low, cloudy conditions, and those rain showers approach very late in the evening and continue into the overnight. And we'll expect about 1 to 2 millimeters of rain out of that system. And then for tomorrow, 11 degrees is the high, cloudy to start, but improving conditions with sunshine by the afternoon. And tomorrow night's low, -1. And then for Monday, 13 with a mix of sun and cloud. For Tuesday, partly sunny, and we'll have more clouds by the afternoon, chance for some rain showers in the evening, and a high of 11. Tonight's overnight low, 5 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, partly cloudy, 10 degrees, and at Pearson Airport, a few clouds and 11. Remember, 680 News is the only radio station with a weather guarantee. Today's jackpot stands at $20,400. Coming up at 6:30, we'll have the latest on COVID-19, including details on today's emergency alert and the Prime Minister's plans to bring face masks to the country. 680 News Time, 6:23.
Everyone can do their part to slow COVID-19. Wash your hands thoroughly and often with soap and water. Practice physical distancing and stay at home if you're sick. If concerned you have symptoms, take Ontario's online self-assessment. The most common symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, cough, and difficulty breathing. And if you've been exposed to COVID-19, have any symptoms, or have traveled outside Canada, you should self-isolate for 14 days. Visit ontario.ca/coronavirus for more information. Paid for by the Government of Ontario. Mother Nature. Once in a while, she'll have an extremely bad day.
When this happens, count on the 680 News Extreme Weather Center to help you weather the storm.
The 680 News Extreme Weather Center, brought to you by Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service.
Exclusively on 680 News
and 680news.com.
This portion of the news brought to you by AGMBasements.com. Millions of tons of plastic waste enter the world's oceans and landfills each year, and even if we catch it all, a lot of it is tough to recycle. But a 680's Curtis Doring reports something found under a trash heap in Germany could be leading to a solution.
It's hard to overstate just how many things we can make using polyurethane. Shoes, bedding, car parts, fridges, spandex. It's very useful stuff. The problem, though, is that most of these plastics don't melt when you heat them up, making them too difficult or energy intensive to recycle or destroy. So a lot of it just ends up at the dump where it leaches out a number of toxic chemicals, some of which cause cancer. But it turns out there's a creature that actually eats this stuff, a strain of Pseudomonas bacteria just recently discovered at a plastic waste site near the German city of Leipzig. This bacterium is able to take some of the chemical components of polyurethane and use them as a sole source of carbon, nitrogen, and energy. While exciting, this won't solve our plastic waste problem by itself, and it could be a decade before we start putting it to good use. In the short term, our best option is to drastically reduce the amount of plastic we use and throw away. I'm Curtis Doring.
You're listening to All News Radio 680 News. Coming up in just 60 seconds, our weekend business report. 680 News Time, 625.
Hasn't it been long enough? You've talked about it long enough, lived like this long enough, complained long enough. Isn't it finally time to get the basement finished?
With 0 down, 0% interest, finish your basement for as low as $140 a week. Book now and get $5,000 off your new basement. Offer expires April 15th. OAC. And by the way, we do bathroom renovations too.
AGM.
At Tim Hortons, we're proud to serve all of our communities across Canada. So we've made changes to serve you better in times like these. That's why our drive-thrus are ready to take your order with minimal contact. Tim Hortons, proudly serving our communities.
680 News Time, 626. Now time for the 680 News Weekend Business Report.
I'm Mike Epple. The federal government has rolled out unprecedented levels of support for the economy in the midst of the pandemic. The latest, a $71 billion program to provide up to 75% of employees' salaries as long as they're kept on a company's payroll. The Minister of Small Business, Export Promotion, and International Trade is Mary Ng.
We have unleashed billions of lending capability into the financial institutions of the country. So the one that will really help small businesses is the $40,000 interest-free loan for small businesses to get access to. And if you're able to pay it back by December of 2022, then $10,000 of that will be forgiven. And to help businesses keep their costs low, we have deferred GST and HST and customs duty payments for businesses for the next 3 months. This measure is going to help over 3.2 million businesses as well as self-employed Canadians. It's equivalent to almost $30 billion of interest-free loans.
While the program does offer support for companies to keep staff, the biggest criticism has been around the 3 to 6 week time frame for the money to flow.
It's a big undertaking for the Canada Revenue Agency. We say 3 to 6 weeks, so we're hoping that we're not going to need the whole 6 weeks. But we also wanted to be transparent with Canadian businesses as well. We're working as hard as we can, as fast as we can, and we hope that it won't take that whole time, and we hope that we can get it out a bit sooner to businesses. But I think it was also important to businesses to hear what the government was going to do.
And while the eligibility parameters look at more than a 30% decline in revenue, some firms are just starting out and may not qualify.
The objective here is to save on businesses, and some of those new companies and new businesses are some of the most dynamic companies, so we certainly don't want to leave people behind. And for those new companies, know that we're just working through that now, because I also understand how important those businesses are to our economy.
It's Mary Ng, the Minister of Small Business, Export Promotion, and International Trade. And at the Business Center, I'm Mike Epple.
Weather forecast you can bank on, because if we're off by more than 3 degrees,
you can win our growing cash jackpot. The 680 News Weather Guarantee. Enter online at 680news.com.
Dear Real Canadian Superstore, No Frills customers, flyers are now digital only. Please know that low price commitment is still the #1 priority, and they're still providing great weekly promotions and offers. Find them in store on superstore.ca, nofrills.ca, and in the PC Optimum app.
This is an important message from the City of Toronto. Stay home. During the COVID-19 pandemic, social distancing means staying home. Only go out for absolute essential needs, like food and medicine. We can't emphasize the importance of this enough. Stay 6 feet apart to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Avoid contact with others. Essential and critical services are being maintained. Please do your part. Learn more at toronto.ca/COVID-19.
Dear Real Canadian Superstore, No Frills customers, flyers are now digital only. Please know that low price commitment is still the #1 priority, and they're still providing great weekly promotions and offers. Find them in store on superstore.ca, nofrills.ca, and in the PC Optimum app.
In Brampton, mostly cloudy, 12 degrees. Hamilton, overcast and 13. Mississauga, seeing some cloud cover, 10 degrees over there. In Pickering, overcast and 9. Vaughan, cloudy, 12 degrees. And right now in downtown Toronto, a few clouds and 10. 680 News is CFTR AM Toronto. Listen 3, 4, 5 times a day and always be in the know. You can also find out how to hear us on your smart speaker, phone, or HD radio at 680news.com/listen. 680 News Time, 6:30.
#1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Good evening. This is Saturday, April the 4th. I'm Tim Chapman.
And I'm Megan Tababa. Here's what's making news this hour.
From emergency alerts to medical equipment production in Ontario, Premier Doug Ford announcing further measures to keep people safe and slow the spread of COVID-19.
It's a warm spring weekend in the city, and bylaw officers will be out to make sure you're enjoying it at least 2 meters apart from others.
Oval Cam H unit closes all its deals with the possibility of a COVID-19 outbreak.
With over 1 million cases and 61,000 deaths, the global fight against COVID-19 ravages on. The U.S. leads in confirmed cases as it passes the 300,000 mark.
Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, and Kevin Garnett highlight the 2020 Basketball Hall of Fame class, while the current NBA players could be looking at a competition. Sports at 45.
And coming up in business, we'll hear what leaders in the pharmaceutical and emergency safety equipment industries are doing in the search for a COVID-19 vaccine, ramping up production for personal protective devices.
680 News Time, 6:31.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carly Donahue.
This report's brought to you by Hire the Gardener. Right now, roads are clear. You're good to go. We have nothing on our major routes to report other than long-term construction. On our city streets, north and southbound Keele closed at Shepherd due to a collision. Southbound Renford from Meteor to Carlingview is closed for some bridge rehabilitation. And then we have John Street shut down from Queen to Stephanie. That's due to a broken water main repairment. And east and westbound Wellesley from Queen's Park to Bay is closed, and that's for some crane hoisting. If you see something we're missing on city streets or on your major highways in the GTA, give us a hands-free call at star 680 and we'd be happy to check it out. Yes, you can still hire the gardener to keep your yard green. No, you don't have to come near them. Look at all the things the gardener can do for your yard at hirethegardener.com. That's hirethegardener.com. Your next report's at 6:41 with the forecast. Here's Carl Lamb.
It's cloudy across the GTA tonight. Rain showers very late this evening into the overnight, and we'll head down to 5 degrees. Tomorrow, it's a cloudy start, but decreasing clouds throughout the day, leading to a beautiful afternoon with mostly sunny conditions. It will be a bit breezy, though. Northwest winds between 20 to 30 kilometers per hour. Tomorrow's high, 11 degrees. Tonight's overnight low, 5 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, partly cloudy, 10 degrees, and at Pearson Airport, a few clouds and 10 as well. 680 News Time, 6:32.
The Premier sounding the alarm, literally, to social distance. An emergency alert sent out this afternoon, urging those in Ontario to stay home.
It comes as Toronto crosses the 1,000 mark of confirmed cases of COVID-19. 680's Michelle Mackey joins us now with more.
Premier Ford hints that the emergency alert will not be the last of this pandemic. And if you haven't heard or seen it yet, the message is clear.
Everyone but essential workers need to stay home. Only go out
if absolutely necessary.
Ford also used his daily address to express his disappointment with the Trump administration, ordering a stoppage on PPE exports. He says we can produce these items here in Ontario once Health Canada approves it.
We need these approvals. Like yesterday, we need them.
The announcement comes as 375 new cases are confirmed in Ontario, down by about 100 from Friday's new case count. 27 more fatalities were also confirmed, bringing the provincial total just shy of 100. I'm Michelle Mackey.
680 News Time, 6:33. The COVID-19 enforcement team will be out for a weekend blitz, ensuring people follow physical distancing bylaws. Edward Parks with Toronto Police says the team, which consists of 160 officers from multiple different units, will be out in full force to crack down on those who choose not to comply.
The important thing is education about the bylaw and preferred method of enforcement. And if necessary, then officers will be issuing tickets. We're suggesting that everybody please refer to the Toronto Public Health website. That'll give you the ideas of what you can and cannot do.
And the tickets are hefty. Any two people who don't live together, who fail to keep 2 meters or a hockey stick apart in a park or public square, could face a $1,000 fine.
Meantime, Toronto's move to restrict how people use the city parks and a broader clampdown on public spaces is leading to confusion and concern. Mayor John Tory signed a bylaw this week that requires people who don't live together to stay at least 2 meters apart while in parks and public squares. The bylaw carries a set fine of $1,000, which is among the stiffest in the country.
Elevators are square.
The executive director of the Thorncliffe Park Women's Committee says she believes the strict rules are scaring people. The bylaw follows days of public health statements that sought to balance the message that it's best to stay at home as much as possible with advice that outdoor activity is healthy as long as you keep a distance.
680 News Time, 6:35. CAMH has confirmed a unit is being monitored for a suspected COVID-19 outbreak. The Toronto Star reports that CAMH sent an email to staff early Friday evening that said that the suspected outbreak had prompted the closure of one unit at the facility's Queen Street location. Toronto Public Health is yet to comment on the outbreak, citing privacy concerns. Last week, 2 staff members and 2 patients at CAMH tested positive for COVID-19.
This is All News Radio 680 News. Faced with the White House ordered ban on the export of key COVID-19 medical supplies abroad, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is trying a more diplomatic approach with the U.S. President Donald Trump, hoping to convince him such a ban would be harmful to Americans and Canadians alike.
Trudeau pointed out that Canadian lumber shipments help in the
I got no
manufacturing of the
fucking
mask.
reason in the fucking world why I fucking wouldn't like white people at all, because you're constantly spitting at me. Constantly. This fucking virus is proof.
We know that it is in both of our interests to continue to work collaboratively
No matter
and
what the fuck is
cooperatively,
happening. More fucking
cooperatively
white
to
people
keep our
spitting
citizens
at
safe.
confined
That's
spaces.
very much
Complain
the
about
tenor of
other
our
people being
conversation, so I'm
stupid.
confident that we're going to get there.
They got on the elevator going down.
Production Act, which
They
allows the
think
US
other people are
government to keep
stupid
important
because it
supplies
stopped
like protective
again because they pressed the up button before getting
From the
on.
Canadian
So
press,
it stopped
I'm
again.
Rory Harris.
But other
This is
people are
680 News.
stupid. They're
COVID-19
spitting in the
continues to
fucking
impact the lives
elevator.
of Canadians and of those around the world. The city's Meg Black has the latest details on how
Why
the
the fuck
virus
they
is
crowding
affecting
on the
our neighbors
elevator with
south
me?
of the border.
They want to catch the version of the virus I have so they can pass it on.
Worldwide due to COVID-19, and over a quarter of those confirmed cases are stateside. The U.S. has surpassed
I'm supposed to be
300,000
the
cases,
stupid
and there are
one.
now over 8,000 deaths. In his daily briefing, President Donald Trump focused a great deal on reducing the impending fatalities due to the virus.
Every decision
Keep the sewers running.
that we're making is made to save lives. It's really our sole consideration.
And New York is the epicenter in that fight. There are now over
Oh, I got a coffee, but I
113,000
drank it.
confirmed cases. And with that, Governor Andrew Cuomo says they are far from a plateau. But that's a good thing, as they are not yet prepared to accommodate that peak volume.
But there's part of me that says it's good that we're not at the apex because we're not yet ready for the apex either. We're not yet ready for the high point.
Cuomo says they're now receiving ventilators from
Little light in
China,
the
as
corner.
acquiring medical equipment domestically has proven to be
Yeah,
a great
that's not
challenge.
visible to me.
I'm Meg
It's
Black.
not visible.
Meantime, concerns are being raised after a pub night
Oh,
was held
I
at a
could-
seniors
I
home
think I
in
can see the
Niagara
little
region
circle.
last
That's
week.
like, yeah, I
As
think
addressed to the
so.
province today, Premier Doug Ford said he was
There's
made
a
aware
little
of the
circle
incident
there.
last night and called the event unacceptable.
First thing out of my mouth was, you gotta be kidding me. They're having a pub night
Maybe it is
after
the
warning after
proximity
warning.
sensor.
And now they're in the situation they're in. Well, we're doing everything we can
Yeah,
to
you gotta be
support.
kidding me.
You know, everyone makes mistakes. We've got to put that to the side and support these people.
A significant number of deaths from COVID-19 have happened at long-term care homes across the province. 2 more deaths were announced.
193 hours. I don't know what this thing's timing, but it won't stop.
Deaths at the facility up to 22.
6:50 News Time, 6:38. Canada's chief public health officer wants us to keep our distance from each other physically, but says that doesn't mean you can't reach out to your friends and family and co-workers in other ways.
And with so many Canadians practicing strict physical distancing, I'm heartened to hear the many stories about how people are staying connected virtually. Across all ages, physical distancing can put a strain on our mental health, with feelings of isolation and loneliness.
Dr. Teresa Tam says it's important to remember that we are all joined as Canadians in a vital collective effort to preserve health and save lives across our country. Still to come on 680 News, traffic and weather together on the ones. 680 News Time, 6:39.
Coronavirus updates and breaking news.
All on the Be the First to Know newsletter.
Sign up now at 680news.com/newsletters.
I did. Never sent me anything.
What is built to lend a hand when our communities need it most? That's why we're introducing 6 months of payment relief. We'll defer 3 payments and make 3 payments for peace of mind up to 6 months on most vehicles for qualified buyers. Because the one thing Canadians know about adversity is that it's better when we face it together. Learn more about your options at Ford.ca. Ford, built to lend a hand.
Now the 680 News gas price update. Empro says the price of gas will go up a cent at midnight to 78.9 cents a liter at most GTA stations. 680 News Time, 6:40.
Hi, I'm Anthony Longo. Our family has been proud to serve Ontarians for over 60 years. And like your family, we're doing our best to stay positive during these challenging times. I'd like to thank all our team members for their continued commitment to serving our community. And I'm grateful to our loyal guests for being patient with us and with each other while we do our best to keep our shelves stocked, our stores clean, and our community safe.
It just
Even though
stopped
we're all
working.
trying
It
to
showed
keep
me
our
the goddamn
distance, I
service.
hope this experience will bring us all closer together.
Thank you.
In times like these, shouldn't your money work even harder for you? We think so. That's why at Duca Credit Union, you get no-fee checking accounts. You also get high interest on deposits and investments, and low mortgage rates. Plus, you get to share in the profits. That's the Duca difference. And now we're offering 2.5% interest on your savings until March 31st, 2021. Find out how at earnmore.duca.com. Do more, be more, achieve more with Duca Credit Union. Conditions apply.
680 News Time, 6:41. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carly Donahue.
This report is brought to you by Pizza Pizza. Well, right now, not much, really not anything going on your major routes. Everything is up to speed. We're not seeing any delays in the GTA. Gardner, QEW, that combo moving well. Same with the 404 DVP. Coming in and out of Toronto is a breeze right now. On our city streets, though, we do have a few things. North and southbound Keele is blocked off at Shepherd due to a collision. Southbound Renforth from Meteor to Carlingview closed for a bridge rehabilitation. Then we have north and southbound John from Queen to Stephanie closed for a broken water main. And Wellesley is shut down in both directions from Queen's Park to Bay, and that's because they're putting up a crane. Pizza Pizza is now offering free delivery. Order online or on the Pizza Pizza app and use promo code DELIVERY. Plus, you can request safe contactless delivery now at Pizza Pizza. Next report's at 6:51 with the forecast. Here's Carl Lamb.
All that cloud cover across the GTA prevents temperatures from dropping too much tonight. We only had down to 5 degrees. Rain showers very late this evening into the overnight hours, about 1 to 2 millimeters of rain expected. And then tomorrow, cloudy to start the day, but we will see clearing and a northwesterly wind of 20 to 30 kilometers per hour. We have sunshine by the afternoon, a high of 11 degrees. Monday, a high of 13 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. Tonight's overnight low, 5 degrees.
Right now, downtown Toronto, 10 degrees and partly cloudy. Over at Pearson Airport, similar conditions, and 11. This is 680 News. Toronto police are searching for a driver who allegedly hit and assaulted a cyclist. Police were called to the Hinton Road and Harefield Drive area in Etobicoke shortly after 7:15 this morning. For reports of what officers say was a violent altercation. Witnesses had told police that the driver struck the cyclist, then got out of the car and began hitting the person several times. The driver initially tried to flee on a TTC bus, but wasn't allowed to get on the vehicle. Police arrived on, and the cyclist was brought to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Officers are now searching for the suspect.
Oh, yeah, they're looking right now.
680 News, a list of your top stories and sports. 680 News Time, 6:43.
At BDO Debt Solutions, we know that life is full of unexpected events that can negatively impact your finances. Many people who come to us for debt help have had to rely.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fuck, come on.
It's all in the motor. Things perpetrating, living lives in your life. All the busted ass kids in the trap in the skill. Live by the guns, so make sure you got for the bills.
I run at you like a maniac with a pencil, fuck the trigger finger, because killing you simple. A psychopath going through a brain relapse. Somebody better hold him down because he's about to attack. They tell me to relax, to stop and take a breath. But the only way I'll give it is by witnessing your death. You can't stop me, motherfucker, from getting to you. Ain't got no arm on my chest, but I'll still get through your crew. These drugs, they have me on a brain, but the anger that I'm feeling is causing me pain. I'm coming for you, and there is nowhere to run. And when we meet face to face, you know
Look at the back of my own head. I can tell this ain't working. That's
if I drive it.
sakes.